$100 billion of investments are coming to Boise, Idaho. And today we're going to be going over them in a full description, starting with the $1 billion investments, heading over to the $15 to $20 billion investments, and then ending the video talking about the biggest $50 to $100 billion investments that are coming here in Idaho. I want to break down how this is going to affect people that are moving here, the locals that already live here, and talking a little bit about my perspective and some of the concerns that people have with these giant investments coming in. So before we get started into the main part of the video, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is John, and we started this YouTube channel to be the best resource and the best guide for anyone that's looking to move to Idaho. Maybe you're curious. I'm bilingual myself. I speak Spanish. And so I want to be here to help you and your family on any questions that you guys have. So feel free to text me, no commitment at all. Just want to get to know you guys, get to know what your goals are, and see if I can be a part of your transition to here to Idaho. So starting off with the video, all of this right here is going to be where the new expansion of the district at 10 Mile is going to be at. This is really important because this is kind of it's a big addition that's coming besides what has already come to Meridian, which is the village. A lot of you who have visited Idaho before have been to the village, and it's a shopping district that has restaurants, a lot of boutiques, a lot of parks. And so that's a really popular area in Meridian that people go to. I've loved going there with my family, whether it's date nights or it's just hanging out with friends. It's a really popular spot. So the district is another new addition to the valley. Starting off with one of the big ones that have been announced. It's a super Target that's coming to this area, and it's gonna give people more options for shopping. The nearest Targets are gonna be on the top end of Meridian, where Eagle is almost at, and then one in Boise and one in Nampa. So it's gonna be awesome to have one here in the central location, closer to where some of the subdivisions are happening. There's a CBH model community over here in the southern part of I-84 of Meridian, and there's another Tresidio neighborhood as well that's over here as well. So there's a lot of development happening residentially, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what is going to be here. There's going to be a Whole Foods announced as well, and an unnamed furniture store that pulled permits to build here as well. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. I'm really excited for what's happening because growing up here as a local, as a young Idahoan, you kind of don't have a lot of amenities, and a lot of these amenities are going to bring more opportunities for fun, for shopping. And I've seen a lot of comments online to other videos or just worries about the expansion that's coming to Idaho, ruining it or something like that. And I kind of wanted to just address those as we go along in the video per topic. So actually, it's getting a little windy outside. We're gonna go into the car and go over to Shields, talk a little bit more about this, and give you guys a better insight about what's going on here at 10 Mile. All right, guys, we're gonna head over to Shields and show you what development has already happened and drive over there carefully. I wanted to address a little bit of some of the hate comments that have been on the videos that I was mentioning earlier. A lot of people don't like the change, especially when it comes to the people that have been coming in here or things like that. I hear a lot of comments all the time, especially being a local here in the area. I don't want to support the hype blindly, and there's a lot of change, especially when it relates to affordability of homes in a place that you grew up in. So I totally understand, but it's not a matter of if Boise is going to grow, it's a matter of how Boise grows. And if we have smart developers and smart growth like is happening right now, I believe that the future of the next generation that's going to be here is going to have a really great head start, instead of just having people move away to where there's nothing. So I'm really glad that there is development and that there is an opportunity to have more amenities and to have people enjoy Idaho lifestyle without it being too crammed yet. A lot of people think it's very crammed, and I don't think so just yet. Right here in the 10 Mile road, you're gonna have a lot more cars, especially with this new 10 Mile development. I can definitely see this being a part of the issue or the cons that are actually brought to this because of the change that's happening. Over here, we'll have the Shields. We're going to have Zupa's, Chick-fil-A, Costa Vida, and the Dutch Bros. These are all some of my favorite restaurants personally. You know, I'm a big foodie on this channel, and this makes it for a great opportunity to come and hang out, bring the kids, bring the family. But the biggest thing, I think, especially with this development that we're starting off first, we're gonna head over to talk about the bigger ones as well. But starting here in Meridian first, the biggest thing is I think the growth of equity. We've seen in an example like the Village, where homes definitely increased in appreciation by almost 100% or more in home value because of the amenity that was the Village. And so I can see the nearby developments like the CBH one, like the Tresidio one, and some of the ones that are happening just around the 10-mile area, having a lot more appreciation. So if you like having that in mind when you're buying a home, getting in before all of the amenities come in is gonna be a big plus. However, I do understand that the hustle and bustle is unattractive to a lot of people, and that will just come with time. I wanted to talk a little bit off the dome with some of the other developments that are coming in. So if we were to head down west a little further and not on this 10-mile entry, but go to the Meridian one, right off of that road, there's actually gonna be a Buc-ee's that's coming in. And so I've personally never been to a Buc-ee's, but Buc-ee's is a really hyped up Texas convenience store / gas station that's gonna come into the area. And that's honestly gonna be pretty exciting. I think that's a cool amenity that's gonna happen, especially with all of those homes that are around there. And I think maybe bring some competition and gas prices. So that would be really exciting to see to be developed. And we're gonna turn into right here where all of the restaurants we were talking about earlier are. So if we see over here, that's the Chick-fil-A, that's the Zupas, and there's a new restaurant by the Costa Vida that's like a churro spot. I think it's called like Churro Bros or something like that. So really love these. If you are looking to rent, I don't get compensated for any of that, but I do help some people that do contact me for rent. These are some beautiful lofts right here, honestly, if you are looking for something like that. But talking about Buc-ee's, it's gonna cover about 30 acres of that Meridian area. It's gonna open a ton of jobs there in particular, but it's going to be in the early negotiation and payroll, just talks, all of those things still. So it's nothing super concrete, but that's been the location talked about. Right here, this is more of it. Just wanted to show you guys because this is like a great spot to swing in if you need something quick to eat real quick, if you do come and visit the area. But as we head out, we'll talk a little bit more about the random developments that are happening in Idaho as well. So for my pickleball fans that we've been discussing and looking at the other suburbs for pickleball areas, if you are looking to live in Nampa, there's a flying pickle that's actually coming. We got one in Meridian a couple months back in a commercial development that's over there, but now in Nampa, there's gonna be one as well. For my North Meridian folks, there's going to be a Boise co-op in the area that got approved as well. Wanna make sure we drive safe. That got approved as well. So if you look for organic groceries and the natural produce with farmers that join alongside grocery stores, the Boise Co-op in North Meridian is an option for you guys over there by Prescott Ridge, and that's gonna be really, really cool. Opens up some new locations. There's only one in the kind of like central part of Meridian by the Village. And with the new Whole Foods that's coming to the district at 10 Mile, that also opens up the opportunity for people to shop at Whole Foods because the nearest one is in Boise. So it's a little bit farther away for sure. A couple of other developments that are happening for people who love Costco. I have definitely been a fan of Costco these last couple of months. There's one coming in Kuna, and that's going to be massive. That should hopefully be done, I think, by the end of the year, this year, I believe, correct, Hunter? So that's gonna be happening, and that's gonna be amazing for a lot of the families that are heading out to Kuna for the affordability and the distance away from the hustle and bustle in Meridian. For my folks that love being in Eagle's a suburb that has a little bit more of a luxury lifestyle touch, and a lot of the luxury residential developments happening in Eagle. For my folks living over there, there's also a plan approved to build a Costco over there as well. So that's gonna be huge, huge news for you guys for some of the money and development that's happening, and makes living here a lot less stressful because there are a lot of Costco's already developed, but if you are looking to move here, it makes it a lot more attractive. On a more controversial topic, we have some data centers coming to the same Kuna area. That's one that is a little bit divided or divisive as a topic. Some of the good news, however, is that these data centers, specifically the Meta one, is going to host a lot of information, and I'm not the biggest techie guy, but that is news. That's for something that is coming. Those plants are gonna be running on renewable energy, which is great because that means that they're not gonna be drawing away from what we have here as a local community. However, they are going to be introducing some sort of like grants and funds to help some of the local community to support the local CUNA area. So that's going to be amazing. It's going to be a little relationship that is built between the data centers and the rest of the area. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And so we're gonna head over to Valnova now and talk more about some of the residential development that's happening here in the Treasure Valley. And so I wanna take you guys there personally now and show you guys on boots on the ground what it looks like and what you guys can expect, especially if you're moving to Idaho. Okay, little intermission. We're heading to the Valnova neighborhood and we're taking the regular route. This is the Highway 16 that you guys see right here. And all of this is under development and infrastructure right now as well. And the reason I wanted to point this out is because for a really, really long time, it was really hard to get to like Star and Emmett. And because of this addition of the road, oh my gosh, because of this addition of the road, it's going to allow people to get to where they're wanting to go a lot quicker. And a little bit before that, we didn't catch that part, but a little bit before where we just entered the freeway on was a subdivision called Prescott Ridge. It's a Hubble community in North Meridian that has access to some really, really great lots and prices for homes, especially for people that are in the first-time home buyer range to wanting to have homes that have availability to customize a good amount. Great location for that as well. So we'll continue guys on and see you guys at Valnova. All right, so you guys, we made it here to Valnova, and this is a Highland home here in the north part of Eagle, the foothills. I want to show you guys this home and then kind of explore and talk a little bit about the residential growth that's happening here in the area. So go ahead and pan and look at that, how beautiful that home is. This is going to be a development that spans over 6,000 acres in the foothills, including about 7,000 homes in the area, which is absolutely crazy. There's going to be multiple phases of this community, specifically Valnova, that's going to span over the next 20 and 30 years. So it's a very thought out plan, including townhomes, residential. It's going to have a commercial, like commerce area, kind of like if you guys have ever been up to Hidden Springs, how it has a couple of shops and a couple of local things that are specific to that neighborhood. Absolutely beautiful development and plan that is going to be up here. This is courtesy of Highland Homes and Christina, the listing agent. So we're really thankful, but here's a little bit of what the recreational village is going to look like. I mean, pickleball, tennis, it's going to have a giant lake, pool, common areas and fitness areas as well. So, I mean, out of all of the spaces and places you could be and pick, Valnova is going to be a very big luxury one, spanning from homes from the $500,000 range to the 1.2. I mean, just massive, beautiful homes. So if you guys are looking to build like your dream home on a view away from the hustle and bustle, this is easily the best option that I can recommend to you guys. We're going to walk through a little bit of this home and show you guys some of the quality of this builder specifically. Highland is one of my favorites that builds a couple homes a year, but really great ones. Beautiful appliances, Wolf stove, and I mean, you just walk through and you see the beauty and elegance that is this home. But as we kind of continue, it's also going to have recreational things like hiking, biking, and trails. It's going to have potential golf facility and an infrastructure for schools and services. It's going to be kind of a live, work, play environment. And what I mean by that is 50% of this development is almost going to be just completely reserved for the trails and the preservation of the natural environment that is around the home. So it's not just going to be completely packed with homes, is what I'm trying to say. But look at this. So when we go into the master, this one just goes straight into this beautiful bathroom. I'm going to save up a little bit more to be able to buy something like this. Absolutely beautiful. Leads into the master closet, and what a lot of people love is the flow of this one heading straight into the laundry room. I specifically really like these type of plans. But besides this being an absolute stunner of a home, there's also a couple of other builders that I would like to mention. There's going to be Shea Homes, Tresidio Homes, Highland included. There's going to be Hammett Integrity Paradigm. It's going to be Biltmore, Bachman. I mean, there's just going to be a multitude of a ton of homes with a lot of different prices and amenities. And there's another one similar nearby that's also getting a new restart and revamp is Avamore. If you guys are looking for hillside living with views, that's gonna be another option for you guys as well. So we talked about the commercial development that happened in Meridian with some of the new things that are happening, some of the random ones like CUNA and Eagle, Costco. And Also, I wanted to mention the Village is having some expansion as well. If you guys have ever been to the Village in Meridian, it's a bunch of restaurants and boutiques like we were talking about earlier, but also they're gonna be adding some luxury retail like Kendra Scott and a bakery, Paris Bakery. It's this new bakery that's coming to the Village area. So it's gonna be a nice addition that's being expanded over there. But now we're gonna head to the biggest expansion that's gonna be in Boise, and it's gonna be related to Micron. So let's get into the car and head over there and talk more about one of the biggest developments, if not the biggest development that Idaho has ever seen. So let's go over there now. All right, guys, we are here at the Micron expansion. Kind of feel like a news anchor when I'm just in front of one thing, but it's a massive expansion that's coming to Boise, and it's really important for all of you guys who are watching. And this is the reason why, is because initially there's a $15 billion first phase, and another $15 to $30 billion second phase. And those are gonna be opening up about 15,000 jobs that are out here. And that's important because there's gonna be a lot of growth that's coming with that. They're gonna be hiring new people. There's a lot of jobs that they're hiring with that. And those people are gonna be buying homes. And there's a lot of investors that are seeing that, and they're buying investment properties in Meridian, investment properties in Kuna to be able to capture the big move. And I don't think that it's going to completely ruin the Treasure Valley. A lot of people are asking that, but I believe that a lot of the development is going to bring growth, good people, and it's going to bring a lot of opportunity to the area, a lot of economic growth as well. And so I do know that that growth is going to bring strain on the infrastructure, especially driving into Boise. And there are transportation conversations happening about expanding and having transportation to Micron, specifically buses, things like that. And that's going to be a really big, awesome thing to look forward to. A lot of money is coming to this. And this is the biggest secret that I will share with you guys, is that there's another 3 and 4, 5 phases that's going to be added to this Micron development, which is going to be total to that 100 billion that we were talking about earlier. And so that's really where the money is coming in from, is Micron, these microchip expansions and all of the tech that's being related to all of that. And that's important. That's going to be coming to Boise. I don't know why they chose Boise, but it's an opportunity for a lot of you guys who are looking for work, especially those who are working at Micron. Feel free to reach out. A lot of you guys are. And so I wanted to point out one last thing, is that a lot of watchers are feeling like the development and the investment is what's going to ruin Boise. But I think that what makes special the Idaho area is the people. The people make Idaho special, especially on the middle parts, the people that are moving. Very sweet, hardworking people are coming and are already here. Locals, hopefully like myself, you guys think I'm sweet, but a lot of people are very kind here. And if you're not looking to be where the hustle and bustle's at, there's actually a lot of other neighborhoods that are out here, like Middleton. There's places like Kuna. Kuna is being developed a lot more. If you're looking to live out in Star, other places that are not near the hustle and bustle, that isn't gonna affect the Idaho living that is available to you guys who are looking to move here or retire here. Places like Valnova that have outdoor living opportunities as well. So if you want to be and live the Idaho experience, but not be in the middle of all of this, that's why I'm here to have that conversation. The people here do make it special, and there's a neighborhood and a suburb for everyone. If you do like the hustle and bustle, we can talk about that too, because I personally do. But if you guys aren't looking for anything like that, if you guys are looking for a city that has a really big drive, not big drive, like 45 minutes from here, and have a really small town feel, I would love for you guys to check out this video right here, where I actually go through Emmett, Idaho, and talk about what that suburb has to offer for locals in the area. But other than that, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, give me a text, and we will talk soon.